Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. Up next on ESPN, he failed to take a single snap in 2003. But now it's Carson Palmer's turn to lead this franchise to the promised land. We'll get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner today. Cincinnati, New England. Now!
Hello there, I'm Dan Stevens, and welcome to Gillette Stadium. Here with me in the booth, offense on the field, and we'll start this drive at their own 23-yard line. Brady just rifles this one.
Great execution.
First down, two receivers to the left. Patton makes the catch out to the left and is at the 30, 10, 5, and he's in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Patriots.
Kitna fires this one over the middle and the ball. Stop and intercepted. Tackled at the... Kitna throws a bullet here, and the ball's caught at the maneuver afterwards. Perhaps a big play.
Perhaps not.
Second down coming up. He had his hands full.
Yeah, looks can be deceiving, gang. He really had this.
Trailer gets, and they force a third and very, very long.
Yeah, monstrous D the past few downs for these guys.
And that'll do it. No good. Brady zings it to the right side and grabs the fast. Thornton sacks him back at the 30. And we'll see if they can get back on track here. This drive begins at their 32-yard line. Kitna throws it. He's going the wrong way. The Patriots have it. They couldn't connect. Vinatieri with a 25-yarder, and it's through the uprights. Peter, interesting order to the division, isn't there?
Oh, you bet.
Number 81 makes the catch on the... Johnson brings down the line. Johnson bulldozes right of center. Washington catches it left. Kitna lobs this to the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown.
Too much for you. Too much for you.
In our studios in Bristol for the ESPN halftime report. Boomer? Washington catches it over. Kitna fires this one over the... Patton snags the missile and... catches it in the flat and loses yards on that one. Kitna throws a heater and it's incomplete. Kitna puts his arm into this one and it's... Brady throws a lob here and it's intercepted. Tackled at the... They couldn't connect. Smith. Graham kicks it from 35 yards, and it's good. 21-yard line. Ball. No good. Brady throws a beauty to the right side. Johnson Thornton
and 2 sacks.
So 3 quarters in the books now, and we're... Smith gets... Johnson reels in the foot. Washington grabs the fat. Brady uncorks this to the left sideline. Kitna just rifles this one, and the Kitna zips it to the left sideline, and the reception's made. Warwick catches it over the middle. Johnson. Graham from 20 yards, and they take the lead.
Shane Graham puts in an easy short one. A clean kick, no worries.
What a way to end the game, and what a way to be a hero, Peter. Fantastic game.
It's good to be a kicker in these situations.
And that is going to do it for this one. The Bengals come out on top 13-10. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
All right, gang, great work as always. And with that, we welcome everybody back to the ESPN studios for our ESPN Video Games postgame show. I'm Chris Berman. The Bengals stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Now let's catch up with the player who really ignited his team's offense with his deft passing and has earned our Player of the Game award. John Kitna was kind enough to give us a moment of his time, and he's on the field with Susie Colbert. Susie?
Thanks, Chris. You really hustled today. You may have the ingredient your team needed to pull out a win here. What do you think was vital to your team's success today?
This was a hard game for us today. Both teams put everything they had into winning. We were fortunate to come up with some big plays down the stretch, and that allowed us to come out on top.
Back to you, Chris.
This is SportsCenter. I'm Chris Berman. Let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Packers barn burn their way to a 24-point win. The Rams won this contest and will now move to first place in the NFC West. Ray Lewis played well despite the loss and showed us why he's ranked up at the top of the league. We had a big trade also of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
Over now to news of a trade that might have some ramifications. Fred Robbins leaves the Giants and is on the move to the Chargers. And just his presence in the middle of that defensive line should be a big plus for their run defense. In exchange, they'll get someone to beef up their roster. Quentin Jammer is a guy that ought to be able to fit right in with his new club, and he should make his presence felt over time.
Bengals, Patriots. David Patton came up with a big play as he was able to pull this one in. The Bengals go on to win this by the final score of 13-10. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Cardinals win their 5th game of the season. Charlie Garner hauled in over 150 yards receiving and helped his Buccaneers beat the Chargers. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. This guy is probably the one that most leaps out at you. It's a broken hand, and the doctors are saying he'll be out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Brian Urlacher will be on the sidelines for a while, so this defense will need to do some reshuffling in his absence. Knee tendonitis is the report. He'll be out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. On to the serious news of the week. Jamie Duncan had to be placed on injured reserve, so he'll be on the sidelines for the rest of the year. Just a key blow to the heart of this defense. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
Dolphins, Broncos. Ricky Williams wants to get his team inside field goal range. Gets the handoff at the 42. Oh, he may do more than that. He shakes two. He could go all the way. Touchdown. The Dolphins win this one by the final score of 21-13. Down in the fun and sun of Jacksonville, we had the Jaguars lose by just a single point. Down in Texas Stadium, we had the Cowboys end up on the right side of an 11-point game. The Chiefs got 300-plus yards from their offense in their victory at Nashville. Raiders, Falcons. Rich Loose Gannon is a threat, certainly at the 3-yard line. Does he run it? Oh no, a little stutter step. He's right open in the flat, 6 points. The Raiders win this one by the final score of 17-13. The Redskins won at home, but will take to the road next week to meet the 49ers. The Jets won this contest and will now move to second place in the AFC East. Reggie Wayne stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Seahawks, Vikings. Ken Irvin is on an island sometimes, but if you leap like that and with his size, only the quarterback can get him. Does he have the wheels? No way, Jose. Touchdown, 65 yards. The Vikings go on to win this by the final score of 31-28. And last but not least, we had the Browns come away victorious.
All right, Boomer, thanks. Time to check out our playoff races now as December is officially upon us. Let's start it out with a look at the AFC.
That'll do it here for Pivotal Week 14. Things ought to get very interesting over the next 3 weeks, huh? Before we go, my prime-time players' game balls go out to a few gentlemen that are pushing their teams toward the playoffs. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.